We are truly honored to have such distinguished leaders and experts join us for today's roundtable session. Your presence, insights, and experience will undoubtedly enrich the conversation and make this session meaningful for everyone in attendance. Thank you for the time and to be asked today. We are delighted to have you here and look forward to an engaging and impactful discussion. The session will be commencing shortly. We'd likely to pass on to PL Vijay sir, who is the moderator from Samsung. Sir, please. Thank you.
We would like to know more how we can, like, of course we have solutions, we have digital boards, we have a solution where students can, even from home they can attend the class. We can integrate it with multiple various ecosystems like iOS, Android or anything. But what best, not just on the technology part, it should keeping your security, keeping the current, we also say this as a screen time, without having an impact on the health side or all those things, how we can do the betterment. That's what the whole thing. Thank you once again. Welcome you all to the this thing.
And morning I had a multiple round of discussion with some of the people. They said that, see, as per Samsung is concerned, we thought only for only for that is an interactive display, and how it's going to be effectively using for the student as well as that teachers. There is a long gap. For example, teacher always used to have these syllabus oriented guys. Students always used to be how we are just going to learn. Samsung is coming to the picture where we want to bridge between that students as well as that teachers. And we are just expecting from each one of you how it's going to be what are the things it's required to bridge between these two things. Because as an industry perspective, we want to sell more technology. But education, academics perspective, you want to educate that students. I want maximum, instead of 2 months, I want to complete by 1 month. And how you want to bridge between these two things, shorter or betterment of communication between teachers as well as students.
Only then we'll be able to sort of understand what works and what is the gap, and then we'll be probably sort of able to highlight it on that.
Offerings when you say. Okay. So sir, in general, when it comes to education specifically, we have interactive boards. First and foremost thing, interactive boards, when we say where Android panels, exactly, of various sizes, which has got, of course, the latest update is something which we all know, the buzzword, the AI inbuilt whiteboards are something that we are there. One. Second, we have a software, of course, with which the panels can be controlled remotely. Whereas, because that was one pain point, almost all of the IT guys were talking us in a similar forum around 3 years before. We heard from them, sir, we have something to control the mobiles. I don't want to name the institute. They use more than 11,000 tablets of Samsung. Okay, for their students, for the training, and so the biggest constraint they told, sir, we have tablets, we can control them, but when it comes to classrooms, we don't have any solution to control them. So we came up with something, a similar platform has been built, now it is in use. Proudly we can say many of the campuses across, of course in Tamil Nadu and across India is using this, where in a single place you can control the devices. When I say control, it is not to monitor them, we can even log the applications. Nowadays a kid can just search how to play a content in USB. He or she can download any video in a USB, plug and play to any device and play. We block all the unwanted ports, which the thing insists, and even the applications. And it is just like a dumb terminal, apart from the whiteboard and if needed the YouTube. Again, in the YouTube or in Google also, we can whitelist the websites which you can go through. So it has gone to that level. That is there. So we use a Notes platform, Samsung Notes platform, to enable this. Okay, that's on one side when it comes to the panel, the security part. Apart from that, what we offer is a digital signage solution. Okay, when we say a digital signage solution, we all know notice boards. I mean, a digital notice boards. Currently, what is happening? If at all you want to pass any information for your students or something, you may have to take a printout. Of course, after verifying it multiple times, you need to take a printout, take multiple copies, send it across all the floors. Instead of that, we have a software with which you can push either a PDF, a PPT, an image, or anything. The biggest trouble is once you have printed it, then you realize, array, the timing got changed. Again, you need to go through the same process where you need to go, correct all these things, reprint it, and send it across. Where the software is, if there is any change within a minute, you can just edit that thing and send that updated copy. And this thing, it's called a signage software. All the panels, I think some of you at least has visited our stall and seen a display. The same panels either can be installed vertically and horizontally, with which we can push these content or information across. It can be an indoor, outdoor. You don't need to. I mean, large campuses. Like the best example we have done at Shiv Nadar University. Some of you at least know them. It's a large campus. They have more than around 100, 200 panels just for the information of this thing, not the thing. So similar things we have, and we have even built some classroom solutions in such a way. A set of 15, 16 tablets, okay, each with this thing, and a display is there. So what all content, if at all this teacher want to share something from the display panel to the tablet and vice versa. It's not just one-side communication. If the student has a thought, or he or she would like to show something, I have done a learning, I have done a math a different way than the other, he can immediately cast it to this thing, and the entire class can watch it. Those kind of solutions. These are tailor-made solutions what we offer. Similar, anything on this sort. Okay, we are not limiting ourselves here. So anything of this kind of applications or anything, if you want to have a customization, the best thing with Samsung is we have our display R&D for the globe, based out at Delhi. Any similar requirement, anything which is feasible for us, which can be done by a display end, we will definitely involve our R&D team and we can come up with solutions.
Continuation of Hari, for example, in classrooms, for example, school kind of environment, the student level up to for 30 or 40, you may have only small 65 or 75 inches display can be usable. For example, like some university where the student is strength is 60 or 70. In that scenario also, Samsung used to have that video wall panels. The stacking of 55 inches or 55 inches or 46 inches, you make it as a video wall. Then professor wants to write it through interactive display, it has to be displayed on bigger screen. That is also possible. In other way around, suppose they don't want to use it for active, video wall, then it's going for that is an active ready. Like this, there is a pixel pitch. This is exactly a peep 1.5 or 2.5 pixel pitch is there. Depending on your room size, we can give the solution for that is an activity solution. It can be used for your classrooms environment. Teacher can write it from the design interactive display, then video wall or activity, it has to be displayed. And some of the classrooms where you want to record it and you want to publish to that remote location student, that is also possible. So Samsung is concerned, display is an individual, not only for individual application, it's a complete range of solutions available schools and colleges. Complete range with software. And Samsung, a couple of years back, we just restricted ourselves, we just not been into that Android version in interactive. The reason behind that, mobile phone is concerned, you can use it anything, it's a personalized one, whatever you want to search it, it's easily you can get the answer, whether right or wrong. When it comes to that students or classrooms, we are restricted ourselves, we are using only for Tizen version. Tizen versions always having that doesn't, almost security level is very high. You can't just like that enter. That is the reason last 3-4 years only Samsung is coming to the picture of Android version of interactive. Earlier still we are just using for the Trip series, which is highly secured one. This is from Samsung side is an offering. You just come up with some how.
Sir, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now, don't you think that too much dependence on technology, in case there is a glitch in technology, don't you think it is going to cause disruption in the ecosystem that prevails in the institution?
See, it's a proven technology. Samsung is not going to introduce just like that. Whatever technology we said is in centralized control. It's a cloud-based or magic info based. And last 19 years we are just using for that design technology for centralized control. We are not faced any big.
That's why the importance of a software comes into picture. We all use a hardware. As you rightly mentioned, if anything goes wrong, it will be difficult for you also to bring in a guy, make it repair or something. I'm just saying an example. Whereas if you have a centralized monitoring center,
Even a networking issue will impact, right?
yeah,
The glitch I
definitely,
mean in terms of
but
networking.
that way we may not be able to. Of course, yes, networking glitches we can. But again, if there is a network impact also, ma'am, of course you won't be able to
Samsung.
pull the content from the cloud or something. But you can still use the individual panel.
See, Samsung having the internal storage, once you
Yeah.
publish the content, it has to be stored on our Samsung display. Then it will, next instruction, till the time next instruction, it is running automatically. Other guys will not easily enter into our network. That is, we are very much confident. That is the one reason, I think you might have traveled in that is in Vande Bharat, almost more than 9,000 plus displays are running over there. Consistent failure rate is in 0.001% failure rate. With the vibration of that kind of train, you know that last 6 years Samsung is the proven one. We are just
Even
supplying
network,
for
so
network.
you know, because there what you have done, there is a redundant channel that runs on. Because train, Vande Bharat, the speed which it goes,
Yes.
it needs to update the travel or the GPS coordinates every
Yes.
minute. We have done something in such a way. Of course, the display by default, that is something
Apart from
sidetracked, is
side-
not something of the education, but since we touch upon that, we are saying we have put a separate network system where if at all the first one fails, automatically the other this initiate and sends the information to the central location and vice versa. That's how it is. Same, ma'am. If there is a network issue, still the class will not get stopped because you have a whiteboard that is readily available for you, which you can write, interact and continue, and the local stored content also can be used. Of course, you won't be able to pull down something from the cloud or your saved system, but still, we will not say the class will get stopped. Maybe you can continue using with the saved content.
Samsung we also have there is a power lock system. Other guys will not easily enter for that your network. Otherwise, in some unwanted guys will come. Today's situation, everything. If you want to switch on the AC, you just have that design mobile. You comfortably you can on. We have the power play option is there with the pin number. Other guys will not easily enter to your network. That kind of security Samsung will have that.
I'd like to, right now you are offering interactive panel, AI and digital signage board, tablets and laptops.
Laptops, tablets,
Tablets,
mobile,
mobile.
yeah.
Right. Academically, if you look at the child's learning perspective, do you offer anything on assessment or data? How much the child is learning through this panels?
We have partnered with one or two major this thing. One is Tag Hive, which is a Samsung subsidiary company called Tag Hive. They have a module which can get integrated in all our panels or something, which is used for assessment. A Bluetooth based assessment tool that's very much available. Where in general, again going back to what ma'am has told, in general a biggest problem what they have seen, if an assessment is happening, if the internet goes down, the entire question or anything what all was showing in the board will get stuck. Whereas this particular technology work on Bluetooth. The display will show you the questions and you have a small ticker which is a Bluetooth based device. It doesn't require any high-end this thing and doesn't consume much of a power or anything. You can just click on that, the answers will get reflected in the screen. It's a Samsung owned company or a subsidiary called Tag Hive, a South Korean based company. We have implemented many of their solutions in even government schools and other places also.
In terms of content, do you
So again, we directly don't have any this thing. We have tied up with School Beep, Tutor, Tag Hive. These are the three major players whom we have tied up with. But yes, since these are Android panels, any LMS, any learning management solutions can directly pitch in. You don't need to depend on these guys. These are the three guys whom we have tied up with. Still K-12, we have content available from these three guys.
okay? And what about security part of it?
So that's what I told, a Knox platform. You can just, Knox is considered as one among the most secured platform, which is a military grade security. If you consider even Tyson, which is our own operating system, Windows, etc., they are not military grade operating systems. Knox is one of the most secured military grade. The thing, all our panels has got, of course, on the operating system. On top of that, we have a layer called Knox security. The applications and other things sit on that. The That's why I was saying at the core level or the chip level itself, we'll be able to restrict the applications and other things. So Knox is what the security platform which drives not just displays, even our televisions, mobiles, every of the solutions that you buy from Samsung B2B or B2C has got a Knox platform by default.
Personally want to
Yeah.
be able to
Yes.
Do you find any system of integrating, because if you look at the evolution of the whole arena, it started with the computers, then gradually into smart boards, then interactive language, and now we have the STEM education. Do you have any plans to integrate this STEM education into the interactive? Till I remember a few years ago, started using a hologram and hologram. So such facilities will come into this technology is a lot of times.
So the STEM education part, yes, there is something happening on that, but I think we have some at the Jawahar Navodaya group. We do this as a CSR initiative. Samsung, we have done something, and there is something I really don't know how to answer it, because there is some traction happening in that segment also. When it comes to hologram, we have Samsung, again being the technology leader, is the first one to come up with a 3D displays, 3D hologram displays, which can be viewed with naked eyes. Yeah, normally any 3D display you say we would either need an active glass or a passive glass. Again, that's a display technology. What we have done, we have installed a similar glass on top of the screen. There are various options available. It's been used in museum. Soon we will have this installed in the old Indian Parliament Museum. The old Indian Parliament House, which got converted into the museum, most of you may know. There we are implementing it, and it is there across other places also, or retail and other this thing.
almost
Yeah.
300 plus locations you would have seen there is in Reliance.
Reliance Trends, which is coming
Chennai, Coimbatore, Madurai,
everywhere,
all
it is
Reliance,
there. Yeah,
using
so that's basically a 3D hologram without glass. Again, on the technology side, we are doing something.
Display is concerned, Samsung is innovating day by day, no doubt about it. But how it's going to be integrated and how it's going to be getting solutions for users, I think that Samsung, we are ready to provide for complete. There is a common platform, whether it's going to use it for the museum or retail shop. Sometimes it's going to use it for, sir is asking for that, even some labs, they want to put it on their some labs, they can use it. That is what Samsung is providing. The product is common, but it's going to be used for different purpose.
So,
Okay.
with respect to the outcomes, right? So let's say that you have integrated technology into classrooms, and so you have very strong data to back the integration. But the question is, what has been the outcome? Do you have any relevant information that suggests that the implementation of technology inside the classroom has clearly pushed academic outcomes or behavioral outcomes to the next level? So that should be backed by data, right?
See, I just want to answer with question, because how you are going to teach your teacher, it's going to be give out. That is I'm just going to, how you are just going to teach your teacher, because technology is available. First you need to understand, teach your teacher first, then you can have that answer for that. Seriously, there is a big gap.
So yeah,
We
teacher
have that
empowerment.
I think we have some training institution is there for
It's called,
education.
there are 2-3 similar things where we train the teachers. One is Prism, or something that Samsung has come up with.
It's a field.
It's almost, yeah, it's again a CSR initiative from Samsung, where we do this as a part of our this thing. Prism is one, and there is one incubator that Samsung has. I'm unfortunately not able to remember the name. Yes, yeah, that's a training institute where it's driven by a separate team, a corporate team is driving it. But we do have something on that aspect where we can get trained. We are not talking on the display aspect, in general about overall anything in the similar aspects we have.
See, I just want to play the devil's advocate here. See, while so there is a definite push, I mean, see as a company, and what Samsung does, or what any other company which is equally into this EdTech platform does to education is really laudable. I mean, there is no question there, but you have already pointed out to a very important aspect on implementation, which is the capability gap or the capacity gap, right? So the environment the child is in is what is broken. The child is not broken. So how are, see, companies such as you, or corporates such as you, which have very clearly driven corporate social responsibility aspect factoring, contribute to scaling up professional development of teachers? So because anyway that's going to sell your product.
Samsung is concerned, we are just responding for all the aspects, not only for the technology product, we are just looking for the reason. It's not going to affect child's eyes or if they are having the after reusing the product.
That doesn't answer the question. So it's not about what it does to the child, but what you do to scale up competencies. Do you do anything to scale up competencies? I mean, from the agency, I might not have the bandwidth, but then I'm looking up to people like you to come and train me. So do we have a plan?
Yeah, competency building.
What is the
smart board, so converting the paper content into display, like any other smart board.
what way the technology can amplify learning outcomes?
Yeah.
It can be another metric. Because everyone thinks about this. It even happens to the business. First of all, enhance them. It is a
Yeah, I would just like to add on to what you're saying is actually correct. See, sorry, I'm just digressing, but there's a book written by Peter Thiel which talks about 0 to 1. So that is what he's trying to say. Right now, we already have smart boards. We already have. What is different? That will make us talk about it, because when we look at what Sir was trying to say is, it is not how much technology we have in school. We want to know how it is going to improve the learning outcomes. Will it enable the students to think in a creative manner, to think out of the box? Will it bridge the gap? What you told, that there's a gap. Will it bridge the gap?
Display itself, they are just having the betterment. See, normally we used to write and we used to communicate. They will get an answer on data. Today is in AI technology, even all the teachers, sorry to say that all the teachers or professors not a god. See, they also have some limitations. Due to the AI, today's situation is AI is there. Suddenly some questions somebody is asked, immediately you can search it and get the answer. And better than us, students are more familiar in searching for that all the information. Only problem is that they are search and further. For us is concerned, we want to, one student will ask one question, they will further. For our responsibility, we want to communicate, others also get learn. Through Samsung is giving that in AI technology, it will give that more answer to the other people.
Is it helping, enabling the students get experiential learning?
Experiential learning and immediate answer they will get it. Immediate answer or better answer. I mean to say. Normally, any or the professor or the teacher will prepare for their own way of answers. In AI and cloud, they will get a different answer in different.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Just because the child has answers available at the tips of the fingers, will there not be disrespect for the teachers in the classroom?
It's not exactly.
No, actually, like we are teaching the students, if we get to the next time we are getting the answer, parents are the question why we are getting it.
So, adding to that, the latest, of course, there are various AI models we all know. The one what we use in our display panel is currently, of course, you as a teacher is speaking about solar system in front of the student. The panel is intelligent enough to capture what you are talking. It will make a summary on the basis of your input. It will not refer to the AI model. It will make a summary on what you are talking about solar system, and then the system is intelligent enough. If you want to generate a quiz, it will not go and search out there. What is that you have spoken? What are the keywords you have spoken or discussed in last 15 minutes? It will make a question around this question. Of course, there are modules available. The three companies which I have named, which we have partnered with, we go to any other place also. What they have, they have a set model. When you talk about solar system, you don't go to Wikipedia, because it's not at some other hidden website. They go there, fetch the information and provide it. That's the easiest way. Any AI module working that way, there will be around 80 in-deep or references given to them. They will go to that website and whichever they feel. If you put on a scale of 1 to 10, No, if it is for a first grade, if you go to the first website, if it is on a tougher answer or a more detailed answer about solar system, if I go to the toughest one and fetch it and give. But the A what we were talking, of course, if you want, you can stick to that. If not, it's again going back to the same model where teacher is important. Because bridging the gap or whatever, without teacher,
Not possible.
if that's the case, you just switch on the panel, run the YouTube. Now you have YouTube videos available for everything. I have seen a similar thing, sorry to say, in a very good institute, but they are going to teach something. The teacher is there present in the classroom. She's just running the, she just went to the YouTube to show a video about a particular topic. Again, the AI part is running within. It will make question on top of that 10 minutes video of YouTube. So the AI is not intelligent to understand whether I am running it from a YouTube or whether somebody is speaking. It is just taking the voice command. It will take the voice and it has generated a question out of what it has heard for past 10 minutes. So it's a summary. It's definitely the use of a teacher or something like that should be there. Without that, I really don't think it will.
Yeah, Hari and Mr. Vijay. Sorry, you want to say something? I have the same thing what you were talking about. The teacher speaks for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and the AI system generates a set of questions or set of questions with a quiz or whatever. One thing, with due respect to all the teachers, I'm also a teacher. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, does it validate that before creating that quiz or whatever?
That's what I told, ma'am.
No, the teacher speaks, fine. From the teacher's speech it is developing, that is fine. That's a very interesting thing. So it is highly personalized. But what if there is an error or something in the content that is also replicated by the system, or it goes and validates itself again? In this model.
I have a question connected to what you are saying.
Yeah,
With due respect to all the teachers,
exactly.
every teacher has good English skills. Now, when you look at the proficiency or the speaking that Indian teachers have, there are a lot of innovators, or there are a lot of what we would say organized errors that we have. So, how is AI going to respond to all of this? For example, there is a teacher that says that if you go there, then you can able to do something like that. Assume there is a statement like that. Now, how is AI going to respond to something like that? Now, if AI is modeling the same thing, then AI is doing something wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Saves little bit correct. Little bit correct. He is just saying that some underlined
Yeah.
wrong word he has inputted.
That is exposing the teacher in front of the student. If AI is going to correct that in it, right?
Okay.
So how do we manage? When we work with
No, see, no,
No,
it
Bill.
should be done in a subtle way.
Again, what all we saw,
Mm.
he has got an algorithm within.
Yeah,
It goes and sets the, if I say the solar system consists of 6 planets,
yeah,
he will not say that back to the student. Because it
having its own
has got an algorithm, it goes, resets from there and gives it. That's all the facts which are available. But something which is new, like any information. Again, what all we talk, the biggest thing is when we compare AI versus a Google search or something, AI has the intelligence to answer and it will take.
no, Hari,
After data.
sorry to interrupt. I completely understand. I'm not, discounting the capability of AI here. And a teacher is teaching in the classroom, and a set of questions are generated, and unfortunately there is something, shortfall or an error or whatever. But how does the AI cover up? When it is creating that questionnaire, the teacher should not be disrespected in front of the children. Okay, the teacher should not be put down in front of the children. At the same time, this has to be correct. How do we ensure that? So, yeah, no. What, have you thought of it, or have you done something about that? Is my question. We can instruct the teachers. Don't give the quiz immediately. You just check it and then do it. As administrators, we can do that. But technologically, have you done something to address that? Is my question.
He is having intelligence.
Yeah.
They will autocorrect. As per our understanding, they will autocorrect in video.
Yeah.
They will not say that it's wrong. You have to correct it.
No. Yeah.
One
but the children will find the mismatch.
And they should give some time.
See, when it comes spontaneously, no, I'm sorry to say, it comes spontaneously, okay? The teacher herself is not sure. What she said, she was sure. Something else comes up. It's a perplexed. It's not only embarrassing, she herself is confused also at times. Leave alone the embarrassment. Sometimes she thinks she is right and something else comes up. You know, it may add to a lot of mess there. Okay?
Okay.
Very subjective.
No, okay, we'll come to this.
So yeah, it has to be handled. You know, mostly it cannot be technologically handled, and we need to have a system.
Not exactly.
Out of syllabus question.
Even without technology, this definitely happens.
Yeah. No, with technology, it happens instantly.
If someone, if my staff or lecturer or whatsoever is addressing me, if there is something that is not right that he told on the blackboard, I think yes. So technology, I don't.
If the teacher is planning to conduct an assessment,
Yeah.
she has certain doubts that can be done prior. Before going into
Yes.
personally do that.
No. After that also there should be a small gap of something. The children go through the classwork or something. Then she checks it up once again, and you know she gets a chance to cover up something also, and then do it. So something you know, technological controlling is a bit difficult here. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah. I understand. And
was available, the first one is used that in our mobile, Galaxy. But now that same thing is used almost everywhere. The latest eyewear that you can circle it with your head, the camera can detect and it can give you an answer. So I'm just saying, not just in one place, everywhere when we talk about AI and other similar technologies, not just saying it with AI, it's a favorite, but
And I also have two other specific questions to you. One is Dr. Bhavan Shankar said the same thing. Somebody like you, very big, you are all over. From you, we expect what to say? A focused teacher empowerment program. See, you know, with the advent of technology, you know, teachers are all the more going nowhere today. Sorry to say again, I'm a teacher. Because the exposure of children is much more higher. The child is having a pad in the hand, okay, right from the age of 2.5 and 3. You know, they explore much more than the teacher, okay, day in and day out. And, you know, we need to empower the teachers to face the challenges.
On the technology front you are saying,
Not only on the technology front, subject and subject related technology related to that particular subject. How to overall pedagogy along with usage of technology. You know, seamless usage of technology and the very subject itself, today's context, the different perspective of that particular topic, from where to where you can go, you know, there are applications of that, you know, that is very much required. You need to look at it very, very seriously. And point number 3, see, you are talking about viewing the 3D model without the glasses. I am looking at it as a solution for today's classroom. We are talking about AR and VR, which every school cannot afford. But every school has digital content. There is e-learning material with every school. Somebody like you,
whether it doesn't have money, I won't. Whether it is used for whatever guys are earning, they are just going to put money is going to spend on school.
the data saying last after COVID, everybody says COVID is the master of digital transition. After COVID, India has, we used to tell, I mean, the industry used to have less than 10 lakh interactive boards. I'm talking about India as a market, but now where we stand, it's more than 33 lakhs. Every year, that's what that is. Every government, every state and central government, and especially state government, apart from the small states, every of them have secured more than 8,000 plus schools. PMC, all of you, I am saying this to somebody in the morning also, using PMC as the KVs for digital machines where we have roughly 8,000 planners supporting.
Only 1 year, within a year.
Everywhere the spend is there, but again, whether it's rightly utilized or whether again
No, I didn't complete my question. Okay, I didn't complete my question. See, what I'm trying to say is, they have digital content. I'm not, every school means, I didn't mean every, most schools, right? They have some content in some form, digital content, e-learning material. And everybody is so excited about the usage of AR and VR. Yes, certainly it helps. It brings reality, life, it is good. But when you are talking about, you can use your whiteboard to show anything in 3D model. So if somebody buys your whiteboard, can they view the content already what they have with this 3D solution?
I have a small correction there. The whiteboard doesn't come with a 3D input. It's a separate thing. But when we talk about 3D, if you're talking about 3D, I named a company called Tutor. Okay, they have one among the, I'm in education industry for quite a long time, so they have one among the best 3D libraries which are much affordable and can be viewed even in your, when you say 3D module viewed in a whiteboard panel, it gives a decent output, rendered output of 3D. They have got the largest collection of 3D modules as such. So ma'am, it is very much possible, any regular content, you take the heart bisection or something, you take it, as a teacher you can bring it in, you get a proper and one among the best 3D view.
No, I get it, but what I'm saying is, the whiteboard itself having that capability, what you expect, more you ask.
Soon we will get into it, probably
Okay.
within a year or something, because as of
Yeah, I would like to use that question. Sir, as a stakeholder, okay, all of us resist change. That's the first point that we do. So whether it's the management, the teacher, the parent or the student, when they are comfortable with one group, they would like to do. But as people on the upper layer, we would like to bring in the changes in the school. So we go for these meetings with you and all those people, and we finally bring it and play this in the class. We wanted to start it. The teachers are getting trained. By the time the teachers get trained and bring that into the school, the next one comes.
Now, adding to that point, I am also victim of it.
You are not believe that actually they used to have the lower end of Chinese one. I just come to the trusty people. They clearly told me that your product is very good, very easy. But unfortunately, I am unable to convince my teachers because last 3 months or 4 months they are used to have that. The moment I said this is a better technology, better product, better convenience, they said no sir, we are almost working, but next academic year we can change it sir. Because the changes has to happen from the teacher level because they are very resistant to change for accepting the change rather than students.
And it involves lot of finance also, right? The management also.
Finance is better. In our case is concerned, finance is better.
And I tell you the bitter part, everything she'll be trained, finally she'll leave me and go. She will go to somewhere else into a new scenario. That also we are finding it.
The only way is that actually every 220 we want to train. That is the only option. You call for the complete field training is very important. The moment you said 3 months one, 6 months one, you call for that, definitely they won't come. The periodic training is very important. Casually you call for that meeting, just see 1 hour you spend, at least you will learn for that within 30 seconds, better for that.
And even everything is available in the display panel. Look, you have a cloud access, you have everything. How many of the features have been used there? I have seen most of the places it's only used as a replacement for your.
This was my next question.
Yeah. Can I?
Jayanti ma'am, I just say I'm just losing the context, right? So I walked in late. So I had some belief about what this roundtable is going to be. And see, because I came late, I quite did not understand, but are we actually focusing on the overall ecosystem within education? So because that was what was told to me, and yeah, because I mean my interest lies there. My interest does not lie in product description or what Samsung or any other company can do. So can we go back to this? If I mean I don't know who the moderator is. So yeah. So Mr. Vijay, can we please?
Yeah. So I'm reiterating that normal smart classroom, it's becomes how it's going to be used for the all the institutions become interconnected, and it's going to be easy for your whatever you want to say to the students or teachers. It has to be in single way. How it's going to be help for your institutions.
So again, I will play the devil's advocate. We have the ACE report, the annual Status of Education reports 2025. I mean, it talks about the abysmal state of digitization in government schools, right? Abysmal. So 65% of the schools report that they have computers or other technology, and they also claim that 53% of whatever they have do not work. See, this is not, it is provided by the government. Again, see, over 65,000 schools have been reported with 10 or less than 10 students. Okay, and you understand the state of affairs. We have states, I don't want to name the states where it is, I mean, this average is abysmal, but then the National Achievement Survey reports that a third standard student, about 18% in a particular state, can read text at the level of class 1, and they call it success. Third standard students, graduates of third standard. So where is human intelligence here? We are talking about artificial intelligence, right? So I'm pained to have this discussion here, but then let us get this pain out and see what we can do to change the ecosystem in a more relevant way, and where we are approaching grassroots. So we are talking about equity and access. I think we are skimming the top 0.5% of the schools to try and see what all of us can do in this collective space to capitalize on the technology. So I can afford, many other schools can afford. We have technology, I mean, see, smart classroom interfaces in every classroom. We train the hell out of teachers. So all that is great, but then does it happen across board? So we need to have those conversations which are painful to all of us. Please lead those conversations where your questions trouble me.
Yeah, well, sir, I would like to take up the same sentiment of sir in relation to what we are discussing. Actually, in the roundtable conference, what we have decided that how to make intelligent classrooms by inculcating AI, right, and skill. That was the topic actually. So coming purely to Samsung company in relation to the Edu panel that we are having, we are looking for a 360 software providing like whiteboard in which we can rotate it to 360 for getting the information. So you are not giving it content, just like any other content we are having. Content plus Edu panel works out very well in school. But when you give the Edu panel, I take the purchase from somebody's content, it does not synchronize. For some days it works well. When we ask for doubt, the company people don't come. This is the practical difficulties that we have. Though I may take the Edu panel from you, content. So when it comes to practical in the schools, we are facing this problem, number one. So where we are thinking about by inculcating Edu panel and content, we can create an intelligent classroom. Is a failure. Second thing, when every children are having access to mobile viewing, they are having short span of attraction. So what way your edu panel can give some mesmerizing thing, features other than other panels is a point you can take home. I think so. So one way every class that is the children are viewing, some eye problem is there. What way you can bring a glass which cannot affect us, affect our children, even our teachers. Third point, what we are facing in schools, teachers are learning. Yes, of course. So they are not ready to learn again and again. Every time certain companies, they try to bring out updated versions of their own. So teachers also get confused. Next year teachers also leave the school, new teachers come. This is our problem, management problem. So there was a teacher, computer teacher suggested, let features be kept very simple for teachers to have access. Let us take for example, I have a mobile. This mobile I am using only for WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. Inside the features I cannot understand. There are several features. Am I right or wrong? 100%. So teachers are not trained. So but we want to take the content so much inside, we have to do lot of going inside. But many of the software, they have very much depth, we are not able to go, and they are not ready to explain also. To be frank with you, last 3 years I am with the Next Education. Every day they update the software.
Next Education.
Every day. Next day when yesterday I had some way of searching my thing.
It's like supermarket strategy.
That is the
They
reason
keep it in
Samsung is not
different
getting
racks.
involved for that.
So it is a difficult for me also.
See, to be frank, Samsung is not getting involved for that content development. We are just providing for that hardware solution. How it's going to be integrated? It's up to the institutions where how you are going to buy a module from that vendor. One module is using for the one academic year, then it's okay. Then one module itself, it's not going to diversify every month or every week or every day. It is not going to change. That's how you have to choose.
Moreover, sir, in school teachers are having plenty of work. Teaching, they are really tired by the end of the day. Evening you arrange the classes. So they are not ready to take all those things. These are some of the practical difficulties where Samsung company can create simplified simplified operations of the thing.
Sir, as far as the panel is, I got your 3 questions. One is content and panel. One, yes sir, there are some cases we are providing content. I told Takai would taken some of the names. If at all you are interested or any of interested, we can have an overall this thing where Samsung take the entire responsibility of content and panel. But again, I really don't think that will address the other 2-3 these things. But if at all your concern is that whether there is a problem of interoperability or something of that sort, we are 100% there to address that. We can take this as a single spoke.
And one more thing, sir, many of the edu partners, when they have content providers, they have number of schools, ma'am, and limited employees. So whenever there is a problem, we approach, oh, we will come next week, sir, third week, sir. They never arrive. So our problem remains the
most affected.
Our problem remains the
Sir, I am basically an educationist. Okay, I was in schools for the first 17 years. Subsequently, I switched to technology, e-learning and technology. I am with education technology from year 2000. So I understand both very well. Myself and Bhavani Shankar sir and all, we are very close friends. We have been discussing about the use of technology and everything for a very long time. We have to very clearly understand whoever is providing you solution, most of them, I don't want to say anything, because I have provided e-learning technology. How I have provided, you have to go and ask those schools. I cannot talk about myself. Okay? Most of them, when they provide a solution, they want to be behind you. They do not want to go away from you. Okay? there will be, spots here and there where you need to frequently call them. That is what they want. They have kept spots here and there, so that you will frequently call them. Okay, it is deliberately created. All those spots are created. But at the same time, they do not have the bandwidth to come and stand in front of you when you call. Do you understand? So that is why you need to opt for a solution. When you buy a solution, you should see that which platform the solution is sitting. Is it an open platform? Is it easy to operate? Is it vendor dependent? Can my teachers or myself easily use it? Okay? You need to do a thorough study. First go for a pilot for 3 months. Thoroughly use it. Then decide whether this is a suitable solution.
When it comes to purchasing, management always thinks what is the best in this I have.
Sir, the best, how do you decide the best, sir?
What are the best features are there? What are the maximum advantages?
See, no. The best, on what basis you will decide what is best? That is on us. Users should decide what is best for you. So all these problems okay, you are telling this one simple point, this is enough for the teachers for not using it. She will go in one place. Yesterday while referring, internal combustion system was in one place. Today when she goes, the damn thing is not at all there. She has to spend about 15 minutes to search for that. Okay, then she doesn't use it. So you have to put your foot down. Why? What is the need for you to change it? It's not updation. What technology updation happens yesterday and today? It's all confusing people in the name of updation. What updation happens, sir, yesterday and today, every day in internal combustion engine? It is the same. There are only 4 strokes. Yesterday, today, tomorrow.
So on contrary, I'm sorry to intervene here. On contrary, in fact, recently both Bhavani Shankar sir and I, in fact, with group of people, visited a very well developed country, and we also had an opportunity to visit a school. See, we in fact went inside with a lot of, rather I went inside with a lot of expectation that the technology will be at peak in this institution, though they were actually rehabilitating. It's a place where they were actually rehabilitating, and the construction and everything, building is on. Building the humanity, or building the group of children, of course, gradually it's coming up. It's a future school, Futaba future school. But to my surprise, none of the classrooms had interactive panel. None of the classrooms had interactive panel, and we were just stunned to look at this particular method of learning, and at the same time we were curious to know whether they have any kind of resource room wherein they have this interactive panel. But it's not there in the jargon at all in that particular school. So how do we actually take it up? Do they actually go into gamification process and allowing children to collaborate among themselves to foster self-learning? So that's the kind of thought process that comes to me when we look at the interactive panel, or rather the evolution of this technology. We go back to the old system. I don't know whether I'm throwing challenge to you. Yes.
It doesn't mean that only
Yes.
interactive panel is going to give that is in complete smart classrooms or something. It, apart from that is an interactive panel, there is a complete solution is there. See, interactive where students wants to I understand. See, interactive doesn't mean that all the classroom must to have interactive. Out of 10 classrooms, you must have that one interactive display where you want student has to be interactive. Rest of the classroom should be on normal display. It can be your own soft content has to be presented, and how it's going to be interconnected with your campus. That is how it's going to be happen. It doesn't mean that all the classrooms should be on that interactive. It won't suit. For example,
one institution is onboarding Samsung.
Yeah.
For all these facilities.
Yeah.
How would you sort of provide 360? What is your day 1 plan? What's your day 30 plan? What's your day 90 plan? Because not the content.
In general, good. This thing. So what we do is we do a site survey, and we understand what exactly you need. It is not like since we have an 86-inch panel, you need to buy an 86-inch panel or something. We have a technical team will come do a site survey, understand the exact requirement, how many students are there in each classroom, what is the kind of support you require from Samsung. Are you looking only for an interactive panel or something else, or you want a software to manage it, or what all things? Based on that, our team will submit you or give you a report that will have minimum option A and option B. That means the best in class, which comes with X price, and we'll have an option B which will be X minus 5%, with which you guys can decide. And this even involves, or it has got the entire I will say 360-degree view of your classroom. We do a yeah.
This is day -1. All done.
Yeah.
I've procured.
Got it.
Samsung onboarded.
Yeah.
Okay. How will you enable my teachers actually to leverage these facilities?
So sir, one best.
I'm not talking about the content here. I'm not talking about the intellectuality of the teachers. I'm talking about how should they be sort of capable to handle these.
So the first two levels of training on the interactive panels for the teachers and for the IT staff is done by Samsung directly. Okay.
For interactive display, first we just want to train them to even smart signage displays. See, interactive out of 10 rooms, probably you may have that one room. For
Exactly.
smart signage display, how your system admin can operate. Assuming that you are sitting in that admin room, there is a communication wants to give only for first 2 floors. That first 2 floors you have give the information how to operate, how to push the panel from central location to that location. And 3rd floor and 4th floor you doesn't want to share that particular content as it is. So whatever the class is running, let it go in the sense you just have the same content. See, we have educated your the IT person. How do you want to operate this digital signage? Then it's coming to that picture where interactive display, how it's going to be used for interactive feature. Like that, we just want to specific.
I just want to. Can I?
If I may just highlight that we may want to kind of transition from what Samsung does to why we are here. I've been looking at how we can move from smart classrooms to the intelligent campuses. So when we talk about intelligent campuses, like Sir mentioned, it need not definitely be like a digital enabled classroom. So what is it that we are looking at? As educators, I think all of us have a lot more to bring onto the table to say that if we are looking at intelligent campuses, then what is it that we have as a vision, where digital tools can be a part of it. But for intelligence itself, because today we have a natural intelligence and an artificial intelligence. We have two distinct things that are available in front of us for our children, and we know that these children are all digital natives, while our teachers are digital immigrants. So when an immigrant is teaching a native, digital tool can be digital assets can be just kind of tools. But what is that intelligence are we talking about? I'd really like to know from all you educators.
As per
what
your
is that
perspective, what is the meaning of intelligence? Actually,
now,
what
yes,
intelligence?
that is exactly what
As
we
per
need
my
to.
perspective, intelligence is that suppose I am just entering, somebody has to welcome. As per mine is concerned, the moment I enter the classroom, welcome Mr. Like that is the intelligence. As per you, what is intelligence?
Exactly.
What
It will be
intelligence
good
is?
if all of us define what intelligence is for our future.
So it has to listen, it has to adopt, it has to respond.
It's not just the technology, so let's talk about our students also. If we talk about education itself, what is intelligence?
Beautifully started.
Yeah.
This topic is all about what is intelligent
Yes.
campus.
Yeah, that is
So
what
most of our schools we have digital boards, smart class, digital content, internet connectivity. So we need to figure it out, as you said, what is beyond the classroom. So what exactly the intelligent campus means. Like we talk about students assessment, teachers how they prepare themselves with the help of intelligent campus. Technology which is available, and parent communication and transport and school management. So in all the aspects, how do we bring this, AI or whatever the technology, right? So we were all discussing about, AI, will the AI replace or technology replace the teacher? But I would say definitely AI or technology will not replace the teacher, but who knows the technology, who knows the AI, can replace the other teachers. So then they have to equip with this the technology and AI. And so the fact that we all here, it only means we are a set of people who come here to share our information to gain something out of this program, right? So good that you started with the right topic. So we'll And see, we all of us have ERP systems, so most of the schools are using some ERP. Today, I was down, I was seeing some ERP provider. I mean, it's so nice, though, they've inculcated AI in the application. So far, we used to send SMS or whatever, but he has shown me by voice, and it also translate to other languages. There are some other features very useful. So certain things will definitely help. I always believe in this, any technology or AI will help one way, like, so for you, for me, for the person here, Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, for everyone, one thing is common, it's time. It's time is common. So this technology AI will definitely help save the time. So that's what my strong belief. And as we were all discussing about, we started with smart class, then again digital board, and now you have come with AI assisted digital board. So technology or AI will keep upgrading. So it's all about learning happen every day, every second. So how we learn, we adopt all new technology, and we train our teachers and moving forward. So this panel discussion will help each of us understand better. So
then what is intelligence?
That's what intelligent campus. Yeah. Okay.
I'll explain. I think most of you are here. It's all about visual learning. Okay, if I ask some of you, "Pyar kya to darna kya hai?" you might have watched a movie 25 years ago, right? If I ask a movie, seeing the movie, let us take Padayappa in Tamil. I ask you, 25 years or 30 years ago, you watched this movie. You know who is the actor, who is the actress, who is the villain, and what is the. If I put the movie, you are able to tell in sequence. Why? That visual only is nothing other than this Edu panel is a kind of visual learning is happening. That create you a better impact on you. When you become intelligent, when you are able to speak in a place where others are silent, whether others are not having knowledge. So this visual learning has a deeper understanding of things. So let us take that I am in my school, I have 360 learning platform. We used to teach the heart only the front part. Now I will rotate the heart into 360 and show the children. I am able to talk, my children are able to talk. That makes them different. That intelligent, knowledgeable. What is the parameter that you judge a person is intelligent? By his expressions or his output. So that is only this platform, ma'am.
Platform, yes, sir. Platform is there.
Platform
We generally talking about what is intelligence. So, as educators, we're very curious because is intelligence the same that it meant 30 years ago?
No, previously it was only foundational literacy and numeracy, and literacy and numeracy in the later stage that was considered as intelligent. But now it is not like that. There are a lot of types of intelligence. There are 8 types of intelligence, like Howard Gardner said. And it is like everything cannot be achieved through the visual medium, through this. So, yeah. So under the banyan tree, that also creates intelligence. So classes under the banyan tree also creates intelligence. So that is something we should not forget. So we have to create a balance between the roots and between the technology.
Practically what you're saying is correct now. But if you look at parents today, they ask about my child holistic development, which is like a norm that CBSE is using everywhere. NEP talks about holistic development. So when we talk about holistic development, we also bring in where they are visual learners, tactile learners, kinesthetic and auditory. We have all different kind of learners. Ultimately, the person who walks in, and what we are trying to build is that a child should be able to face resilience, should have basic integrity, ethics, comes out as a person with personality, human character. So we have smart classroom. It's a destination where we all have to go. But building an ecosystem with intelligent people is what we need. And it can be done when teachers are not only using those particular platforms just to enable learning, which ultimately is the need of the hour, and we have to do it so that the topic becomes interesting and they remember and they're able to recollect. Because as we all know, at a click we get the answer. So how to make it different? And that can be done when we give them real life experiences.
The social emotional learning part.
EQ has to be there. It has to be. That is where you can differentiate this person is smart and this person is intelligent. That is where I think we have to tackle.
So, in other words, it's a hard work, right? Tough work, time-consuming work. That is completed in a short time. That is called intelligence.
Yes.
That's what today AI is doing, right? So assume I am a teacher and I was reviewing the performance of my students. I want to know what he did. I want to know the history of him. Okay. If AI is fed with all the data, then it can give you a summary perspective, which is not possible, which is very time-consuming effort if it is without AI.
Should we value memory and recall at all, or we can just throw it away? Because when I was a student, I was forced by my teacher to scavenge for information. So that one piece of information, if I have to get, I need to look up at least 50, 60 different resources. So try and understand those resources, and finally I land up at that information and I say, wow, eureka. So I found it. And all the 59 other stuff, right, so which was maybe not the answer, I started valuing it and piecing it all together, and that forms the basis of what I learn and appreciate now. So
iteration.
So here, when we are talking about chunks of information, so we don't know whether all these chunks are validated. Jayanti ma'am rightly put it. So I don't really know if I can validate all the chunks of information. And today's job as a teacher and an educator for me is not about, I do not so value myself to be a custodian of information and knowledge anymore. Okay? I am a color of information. So when children come and ask me, we looked up 50 different things, which is the right answer? I need to tell, hey, don't look up these 49 things, right? So my job has changed. My job has completely changed, and I have no value anymore for the acquisition of knowledge, which is absolutely important in any kind of information base that even qualifies what intelligence is. So the justified true beliefs, right? The JTB as you call it. So what happens to be my claim for knowledge, right? So am I able to justify it? Is it prevalent and true across board? So, and is it common belief for everybody? So even there are errors. So sir talked about visual intelligence, and I mean, you look up this is not the Internet of Things, but Internet of Senses. So Ericsson has done significant pioneering work where they are wiring multisensory approaches to education. We are only harping on 5. We have about 11, 12. So we don't look at baric, we don't look at stereognostic, we don't look at interoception, we don't look at proprioception, we don't look at equireception, we don't look at thermoception. The list goes on. And then we are harping about the visual stimulus which is given through these boards. And on other side we say that, hey, there's a digital overload and a digital addiction. We talk about excessive screen time. So we are confounded by our own dichotomies, no? You understand? So I have a cognitive dissonance. I drink coffee fully understanding that it's going to be my acidity spike. Okay, when after drinking coffee I say like, this is the last cup of coffee. Yes. And then I have a conversation with you all, and then I say that I need my brain charged again, one more cup of coffee. So you understand where it all stands, and we are bloody confused. All of us are confused. We want, some rationality emerging out of these intellectual conversations so that we can take it back and say, hey, you know what? So we had this gentleman talk about something yesterday. Why don't we give it a try? Right? So you understand?
Anybody is already using for any smart classrooms, one portion of smart classroom, one portion of normal classrooms.
Not so smart teachers.
No, like that. Do you have any differentiation? I have one portion of some 5.
Classrooms are like that.
Like that. And do you have the performance of the? Do you have the performance difference?
Yes.
Performance difference. Have you feel?
There is.
Which one is better? Which one is better? Which one is?
Okay, now from my experience, I think what I would carry back from the discussions the students have.
In the sense you are
generally, I mean, like from the discussions I have had with the teacher, with other teachers. What is it that the smart class was there that enabled it? But what do we want the students to do at the end of it? Remember, recall, understand, debate, discuss. Now, if we are able to make our children do that, now today, okay, I learnt about photosynthesis. Now, when I look at a plant, am I going to think, okay, now how does it make? Am I able to see it? I'm not able to see that it's making food, but I know that it makes food. The leaves are green. Yes. So, if we are able to make the children think, become curious, I think that is what is kindling intelligence. So, when we're talking about the smarter future or the intelligent future, are we killing the curiosity in them by giving them ready-made answers? Like Sir mentioned, where you have to go search for answers. You have to go now, that out of the 60, there are probably 2 relevant. One may be connected, the one is the right answer. There are 3 or 4 that are interconnected. So when you make these connections, when you start making these inquiries by yourself, then you remember a lot more about what you did. That is where we need to use AI intelligently, saying you ask it different kinds of questions, don't accept the answer, ask more. So we need to kind of help our children become curious. As teachers, we have to be curious.
Coming back to my question, I think it's in smart classrooms to give more effective.
I would like to
just one thing. Example, sir answered, I just want to comment. For example, smart class management effective. I have a mixed reaction. For example, today or tomorrow, a teacher plans to use smart classroom for a particular topic. Say now, what we tell the teachers is, we teach the vocabulary. We teach the vocabulary of the person because the phonetics might be different, the pronunciation might be different. So we teach the vocabulary, what is photosynthesis or what is starch or the chlorophyll and all that. So they get the idea. Then second day or that afternoon we enter this classroom, we have to visualize. Things come. Next, post that, teachers post-teach that. So something like a sandwich process. Smart class enables the thing. Pre-teach, then post-teach, it bundles learning. I think this works on the table.
Definitely.
Not too much of doses, I think slowly it will get.
I don't know if a smart board. See, end of the day, Samsung is true on a solution.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is what we just said, that there isn't complete solution for that.
It's engagement.
Education is purely for that. How it's going to be.
Engagement. You can see that. Some of the graphics are very good. For example, when you say about carbon dating, it gives a beautiful visual of how so we can't do that.
Samsung is the only tool, I think, for all. I'll put it. Yeah, it's a tool. Technology is meant for a tool.
Just a tool.
Let the smart board do the visual animation all that. When post teach it, then becomes a reinforced learning. Works for those
What you're saying is correct, sir. So what I personally think, when we are talking about students over here, even our teachers, they know that students will go home and they are going to do their homework and they will do research and come back with 50 answers. That is where our teachers have to be more intelligent as to how to create interest in a particular subject. Leverage that in a better way that students, they don't go back to check or validate or find out which one is the correct answer, rather to bring in their curiosity. This is what our teacher told. Let me just check how does it work. So I think that is where we build intelligent campuses.
See, this is where a mathematics person, like there are a lot of steps involved to solve any problem, all of us know. We should, have a kind of chatbot system. You go step by step. Because if you take them out of the technology, because anyway they are going to use that. How well they are going to use that. Okay, give the first step. Then check. It says whether yes or no. If it is yes, proceed with the next step. If it is no, what are the options? It asks you 3 or 4 questions, or you submit 3 or 4 options, then it chooses the best. And it gives out reasoning also. So we should look for chatbot models, AI, machine learning based, like the subject should be very strong focus. We should identify the solutions. The technology is anyway there. Okay, so let's not be carried away by what that whiteboard does, this does, that does. We as educators how to enrich the learning. The child is going to get hooked onto the system. Okay? How best we can make them use the technology. So we should ask the solution providers to give these kind of solutions. They cannot anymore give this kind of same internal combustion engine what I gave 25 years ago under analytics. Today they have lot of AI solutions. How they are going to leverage on it and how we can effectively use it in the classroom. Even if the child is hooked on to that for a long time, it is going to be an engaged learning. It is an engaging, interesting, engrossed learning environment.
Let us come to the classroom. I think we discussed a lot about the classroom, the campus, the administration, and the community.
In terms of
I think that's a very important point because today we're increasingly having children whose social skills are coming down. You know, it's very difficult for them to have a conversation, and I personally know a lot of children that talk to AI, sent out to AI. Now this, while it may be kind of, they have someone to talk to kind of a situation, but it's also sometimes very scary. Very scary. Because, children trust that, trust an AI too much. So, as intelligent individuals that we want to create, how do we address the social skills of students?
Now that's a kind of an agony that I've been undergoing. The thing is, like I'm looking up for some sort of solution in terms of the self-esteem of the students, because rightly she has pointed out that I have a lot of neuronal cells, so much billions of neuronal cells, and so far the point that was mentioned by him, that I've been in fact looking up, researching and collecting data and embedding those data in my neuronal cells, and I'll be able to retrieve it whenever I wanted to, and I get a sense of satisfaction that becomes my self-esteem. Now I've been made kind of dependent on AI. If that's the case, what will happen to my self-esteem? And how will I actually compete with this plus the other person who is really good at using this AI? So will there be a kind of a competition in terms of how best the individuals are using AI in the classroom, or in the school as teachers, or as administrators? So will there be a competition between AI, individuals A and B? Yes.
Healthy competition where everybody would like to empower themselves, learn and then go prepare.
See, on the lines of the discussion about social emotional well-being and health, so I want to say this is an anecdote, something that seriously disturbed both of us. So we were at the Tokyo Science and Technology Center, and to look at the cutting edge development in education. So sadly, there were bots, then humanoids, so something which looked typically natural, and then most people were seeking to get, so what do you say, sensory highs by looking, not talking to the next person, but then talking to the so the humanoid, or touching the humanoid, feeling the humanoid, making the humanoid react. So having robo dogs which look like dogs, which so when you pet them they come and wag the tail. So increasingly the human connection is getting lost. So I would say shoot technology. So we really need to embed the reason for going school is not to score well in mathematics and sciences, but is to face disappointments, understand pain, understand failures, make friends, so sort out relationships, and then come out, so that you know that in a world where you really need to engage with human beings, you have a decent chance that you will do well. So the question is, maybe I'm hijacking it from I'm sorry, because see, for me an intelligent campus is a campus that appreciates these. Who makes the technology doesn't make a campus. So human beings make the campus. So organic relationships make the campus. And an intelligent campus and a thriving campus is a campus where you will have fights, where you will have children coming and standing in front of you with some crazy allegations on one another, where a teacher takes off and then you know that the teacher is cheating. So I mean, this is where the purpose of the human intelligence emerges. Say more, I would say, bring back the human element for an intelligent campus. Technology is always there. See, it's here to stay. So you can't wish away technology from life. I mean, so I'm, see, to some extent now, see, I'm tempted to give this brain euphemisms, no? So the most dangerous thing that we can do with AI, the AI thinks, AI feels, oh, this is nonsense. So you do that all the time, and then you go ahead and, so madam put it, I mean, bang gone. She said like, I am going to ask, see, I feel sad, no? Can you give me a solution? Because I picked up a fight with my wife. Oh, yeah. So you ask AI to give you solution? Always bad solutions. Don't ever trust it. Yeah, it will kill your marriage.
No, in fact, I tried talking to ChatGPT. This was just like an experimentally, because I'm a very curious learner. So I said, okay, let me try and ask ChatGPT. No, the free version, not the paid one. So, because experimentally, yes. So, I told ChatGPT that I'm very frustrated because my teen boys are driving me crazy, and they don't listen to me, they don't do this. I gave it a lot of, I gave it like a big list of things, that allegations or problems that I have with teen boys. So then it kind of, it played the role of this, I'm there for you, don't worry, teen boys are always like that, and they can be really, so like it really understood my problem. So I went on for a bit. It kind of led me to understand that maybe you should check on the boys, because they may be undergoing depression. It gave me suggestions like that. Okay. And then when I just kind of, in between, I just wanted to also test AI station, so I said meow. And then ChatGPT told me that looks like you're very frustrated. Can I give you some jokes to pep up your mood? Okay, I said fine. And then teen jokes. Like 4 or 5 teen jokes appeared. And then for one of the teen jokes, I said ha ha ha. And then it said, okay, looks like you have cheered up. If you really want me to, if you want to really continue the conversation, I'm here. So, it kind of, for people who are really dependent on AI for this emotional support, it's very scary, and it's, one thing is that it is always something that will make you feel nice. Sometimes I think you have to feel uncomfortable. I mean, that is what the human world is about.
That's exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
Whatever you say, you make a mistake, you shout at it, scold it. It says sorry, it falls on your feet.
Yes.
It boosts your self-esteem to a level that, oh, I'm great. Because when you talk to your peer, he's going to say, hey, you are wrong. But the damn thing salutes you all the time. Okay? It, makes you feel so great of yourself.
Okay, so adding to you, ma'am, like AI will assist. No.
What do you ego boosting?
Ma'am, coming to the point, like, AI. Okay.
Honest, yes,
No. Only one more sentence I will finish. Because of that ego boosting, you get more arrogant. Then look at your temperament.
That's it.
Understood?
Okay.
The tolerance to, you get arrogant, then you start scolding little more. Then its tolerance is little higher. When it falls on your feet and then apologizes, and then the kind of my entire temperament, my original nature changes. Oh, I have a slave under me. Finally, I don't get anything out of it. We keep talking, 30 minutes time is wasted. I didn't get what I wanted. Just the ego boosting. I shouted at it, it listened to me, it apologized. Many times it happens like that. So for children also, this is what we are talking about. They hooked on to the system, it gets a kind of addiction.
Okay.
We need to be extremely careful. We are talking about screen time, this and that. That's why I said the focused chatbots or something, we should expose them only to the subject based. Open-ended AI, if we leave that, they'll be playing like that, chatting like that. It gets them nowhere, time is wasted, like WhatsApp they waste time, they waste more time in it.
Topic is getting more interested. Ma'am, to be frank, like there are some AI, so Gemini, Perplexity, or even Google, ChatGPT, paid or free version. So the same question, you'll get a different answer. If you go and check, that's one thing. And second thing, for intellectual, IQ, we can, make use of AI. Will help you know data, memory, all the assessment, all intellectual IQ related, we can purely depend. There are a lot of data which is absolutely fine. And gentlemen are talking so concerned about EQ, emotional question, where socialism skill, empathy, understanding others. Definitely in that case, we have to be human, have to get in and train,
Exactly.
That's what I believe in.
Human touch is needed. And what ma'am you're saying, I'm sorry ma'am, but there are, where we are just thinking, I think the LLMs are already ahead of it. Because it's in news that they are building personalized now LLMs, depending on your need. So for doctors, they would be different, for students different, for teachers different. So what we are thinking and talking right now, they're already working on it. And talking about ego boost, ma'am, sorry, beg to differ. For us, it may be an ego boost, but the students who are introvert, who don't feel that they're being appreciated, somehow they relate to it. So it's definitely, it's not a good sign. Because we have again digressed actually. Sorry, we have again digressed. We are now talking about AI is good or bad, whereas it was intelligent campuses. So we have again digressed. AI is good or bad, we can't help it because it's already there. It's inevitable. It is inevitable that we are there.
I want to read a quote, please, for you, for your kind information. This is one of the document recently be prepared. So-called artificial intelligence do not undergo experiences, do not possess a body, do not feel joy or pain, do not mature through relationships, and therefore, and do not know from what within, what love, what work, what friendship, or what responsibility. So you need not to depend upon any kind of consolation from AI, please. And one more point, where when you are talking about intelligence, yes, visual is there, then as CBSE or any learning by doing. Learning by doing only will give you a greater learning. So that has to be taken home by every student. As sir was talking about Japan, sir, Japan has a culture, sir. They are technology wise, they are ahead. But life point of view, they have certain way of living. At the end of the day, the Japanese have their own way of life. So technology is different, way of life is different for Japanese.
The average age there is 100.
I think it's 100 and above it is going. Yes.
More than half the country is old.
Yes.
I mean, that tells you a very interesting story behind.
Yeah, that one, I forget that. Yes, they have that way of life.
That's great, yes. But they
Yes.
don't reproduce.
And
Japan is not a great example.
no example of life expectancy and technology, as you were a humanoid, or how they are.
I'm worried about human beings. I'm not worried about anything else. I'm worried about human beings.
I think Samson is from Japan only. Korea. Sorry.
It's a Korean company.
Next to Japan from South Korea. There also the situation is same. There is an aging population again. Adding what to this, Korea is also on the same boat where Japanese are. The aging population is on the higher.
South Korea. Elon Musk article we have read through, right? It's 0.9. The population replenishment is at 0.9. We are at 1.9. We were at 2.1.
But now it's got reduced
1.9. So, as I said, it is scary.
This is really a big concern.
It's a very big concern.
Just want to just want
I just answered this question. Reason Elon Musk's story.
Yes, exactly.
Reach back.
Yes.
So just thinking, I'm again curious about how do we then build connected learning ecosystems? Because we have when we say connected ecosystem, it's not just technology. I mean, it is with technology, but it's also, I think, we have to look at human connection. across, because technology can enable interconnected. For example, we've seen examples of how students of one country interact with another country and learn from each other. So can we look at that as intelligence, and can we look at our campuses with these technologies also looking beyond just finishing syllabus?
Yeah, collaborative
learning, I think, but the owner has to decide. Actually, it's not for the school owner has to decide. I think
schools from rural to urban,
Yes, one
with
major
different
drawback.
cultures.
Teachers are interested in finishing courses.
that's the thing.
Not going beyond that. They're not
Even
going
parents
beyond
are able
that.
to go
They're not
outside.
interconnecting subjects.
So how do we bridge
See,
that?
what I am thinking is exactly this was the point next I was thinking. Good, you brought it up. How can we leverage the technology? Okay, like how you said, one thing is remote learning is possible, remote interaction is possible. You don't have to anymore take your bags and catch flights to go to different countries. You know, in sitting here, how can we collaborate with the school in Singapore? Sitting here, how do we connect with the school in some other part of the world or within India itself?
See, within India,
You are talking about different cultures, different places. We are visiting a place, Tanjore Temple. We are talking about Tanjore Temple, the child visiting the temple, and then different perspective of the temple, how he talks about the temple to a child in West Bengal, in Manipur. Similar way, a child visiting a place in Manipur talking to this child. Instead of we reading from the textbook, our different places, introducing different places, gateways and all those things, we can use our children to exchange. So that they cannot visit each and every place. Somebody goes there, takes a video of the entire thing with the child explaining each and every bit. Okay,
Soon
and
we
then
have live VRs coming in, like the
okay, that
are
we
there.
we ourselves can plan. We don't have to go to this, service providers.
No, yes.
We have to plan within ourselves. They come in, they confuse us finally. Yeah, they come in and confuse us. They charge additional 200 rupees per child for you. Then you drop it.
Ma'am, any similar solution initially it may be
software, not for service, software guys.
Vijay said we need your tool.
No, I don't send the tool. I'm just having the reasonably hardware.
Okay.
I think madam is giving
It's
ever
also
smile
an
learning.
interactive panel.
Yeah.
So, interactive panel is
how
a
do we-
fantastic step forward for engaging, collaboration and visual rich content everything. Suppose that how we are going to understand our learners. Understanding the learners in terms of everyone is talking about EQ, IQ, grit, resilience and all those things. How these panels are going to be useful for us. Can you bring in any software for that? And again, another opening question for sir actually. You want to understand a child's EQ, okay? How long it will take for you to understand a child?
Let it take me my entire 100 years of my life.
One child.
No, see, the question is this, right? It's a continuum. It is that we are trying to build a collective understanding from the experiences that we have.
So,
if it is my own child, and I forensically analyze my child's behavior over the last 28 years and have a forecast for her saying that this is how she is likely to behave. I can still be wrong. It doesn't see, I can't put my finger and say I can't play God all the time. So when it happens, I can pat my back, I played God. And then I can pat my back, but it doesn't happen all the time. It's always a hit and a miss.
Rightly said. What we do is we believe in parents inside first. Okay, parents are the first teachers for the children. Okay, we do something called skill DNA test, where the parent assesses the child first. They give the report to the teacher. Teachers assess the child over 3 months or 6 months, and we develop around 60 to 80 pages of report, which assess the child's EQ, IQ, social intelligence, grit, resilience, everything.
So can you tell me, 15 years of doing this, do you see a behavioral change in the child?
First, we are understanding the child. We want to understand the child.
Behavioral change, because you
How much months
have
it will take
mapped
analysis? How much months it will take to understand the child for all the behaviors?
Parents obviously they are the first teacher, right? They'll give us a report, but they can easily give us.
most of the time
Very
parents are
sorry,
wrong.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I have to be sorry.
That is what I just want.
Bias,
Parents will be biased. For them, their child will be
what I'm
perfect.
showing. So
Exactly.
Can I complete, because you asked me a question.
Yes, exactly.
You asked me a question. So let's say 15 years down the line, so we have done all of this, we have put the interventions in place. But the proof of the pudding is, after 15 years of schooling, is the child able to demonstrate sustainable evidences, and is there consistency in the practices that the child do? If the answer is yes, you are making a behavioral shift to the child so that the child practices certain aspects of life which are considered to be pro-social traits in the child or pro-behavioral traits in the child. So if you can talk with that data, I will say this is great.
So basically, what we want is like, we are starting an academic year. We want to understand whether this child is music smart or art smart, whatever it is. Immediately we can't take any report, right? That is why I'm asking them the solution. How it can be taken forward.
So interest.
It's not possible.
No.
So at pre-KG level, see the entry level is 3 kg, Bhagavatika, for example, let's take. Parent will never be able to tell you, yeah, my child is, has a keen interest in music, or listens to stories. Obviously, they cannot say. And the behavior changes. In front of parents, the child may be different when it behaves with friends. They are not going to ask the parents, is your child a music smart or art smart? We are going to give them a set of assessments. Correct. So it's like a yes or a no.
Should understand what is music smart.
Yes.
Now, if the child dances to Kuttupattu, it doesn't mean that the child is music smart. At that point of time, the child enjoys. But if the child is able to kind of learn an instrument, sing, that is different. So,
or if the child listens to the stories and falls asleep, you can't say he doesn't like to listen to the stories.
So how do you judge? See, to quote a personal example, when I put my son in school, I went to pick him up, and when the teacher told me that your son is such a lovely child, you brought him up so well, I told him, no, I'm actually this person's mom. Are you really talking to the, I'm actually this person's mom, do you really know him? And she said, no, he's so well behaved, such a nice child, he's a rowdy at home. So now, when I analyze my child like that and say, for you, you will never see that part of him. Then how do we actually, so how do we actually judge? See, I think
it should be a comparative report.
It should just, we should let the children involve.
Any one of the father or mother also will have the similar character.
Are you?
So the child also.
Everybody is able to see that.
Not only that, sir, if you take father and mother into different rooms and tell them to talk about their children, both of them will have different viewpoints.
Yes,
both of them. So you are
diametrically opposite views.
Correct, completely opposite.
People's perspective. We've also seen a lot of children that were introverts. At a later point of time, they are these actors. They express themselves so well. So as educators, I know a lot of people who program attend from the So how do you really?
Psychologically, nothing to you. See, what you are seeing is what I'm showing. For you, I show a different face. For him, I show a different face. For the parent, a different face. So we'll see. And moreover, the people who are looking at them, they will see what we wanted to see. See, the eyes will see what the mind wanted to see.
Exactly.
Right? So, the seeing
This
aspect
is
is also
like
different.
exactly,
Showing
sir.
aspect is also different.
This is what I was
show
trying to
different
say.
and we see different.
The
So,
parent comes
yeah.
to parent-teacher meeting. I faced it long ago when I was in school. No teacher comes to the school. She has to ask, how is the child in the class? How is he faring? Everything good? First question, first statement is, he is doing very well at home. What will you talk? You have come for the parent-teacher meeting.
Nothing to say.
Then what will you say?
Let's take our own example. So my parents used to tell me I'm such an obedient, nice guy. If you go and ask me in my school, they'll say completely different person. So what we show is
No, the parents also, the perspective, and today especially, the children are totally pampered. They want to protect the child completely. Even if there are some shortfalls, they don't want to say, no, my child is, he is good. He does it well. They patch it up. And even by mistake, if they try to rub the child rubs back 10 times if he goes home. Which situation? So we won't be able to get anything very good from the parents today. We have to constantly observe the child in the classroom, with peers, in the playground, that kind of, mechanism we should build.
We must educate the parent. Now, pampering is different, loving is different.
Yes.
So they misunderstand. And sometimes
They
anger
get
is different,
confused.
strict is different.
Yes.
So that's wrong perception. So we
No,
always
we
educate
also
the
have
parent.
to talk to the parents constantly, and also we need to have constant mechanism to observe the child. That's what I was telling, in the classroom, outside the classroom with peers, when he is playing with his friends, when he is interacting with parents. In front of us he will interact with parents, we should watch them. We should allow them to talk for some time, then you should see the tone, the respect he gives. Like, it should be a combination of everything to gauge the child. Then you should teach him accordingly or guide him accordingly. It takes a while, but like sir said, it may take 1 year, 2 years or 100 years. It's a continuous process. You find something, some intervention is needed, you do that. Then you find something else, again some other different kind of intervention is needed, you do that. It's a continuous process. You will never say that I have understood the child now, fine. Tomorrow he will change again. It is a dynamically changing.
I'm totally trying to digress from what we have been discussing so far, because if you ask me, I think your son, he is really intelligent because he has learnt the adaptability. He has learnt the adaptability because in fact, as a value system and part of social quotient and emotional quotient, we normally tell the children that they should accept, adapt, acclimatize. So when you look at a particular child or us, we always in fact not at the same way of approach in all situations. So we got our own intelligence or intelligences. So that's very, very important for the human being, and if they don't do it, they'll be lost in the survival capability. So it is a survival instinct. So that also we got to teach them. It's part and parcel of education as such, right? So a person cannot be ruthlessly honest everywhere. For example, still I remember when I attended one of the soft skill training program several years ago. See, his name is JNR. He was giving an example for conflict management. See, supposing a person is a thief, you know that he is indulging in this kind of malpractices. There will be a branding. And the person will be in fact behind the bars. But at the same time, the person being chased by 5 or 6 people with lot of instruments, and they try to take a board in your home, would you still say that he is hiding here? No, you will not say, because there he wanted to safeguard the life of an individual. That's again the value system. Clear? So as educationists, we got to teach these values too, because ultimately the life is very important rather than the kind of deed of an individual. Yeah.
That actually brings us to the idea of how intelligence is also teaching them adaptability and kind of finding their way. I think one part of education which technology can greatly integrate, the quest to life itself, looking at life as something that you will wade through. So I think if we kind of teach our children those nuances, so those nuances, I think, making our campus intelligent or contributing to the intelligence of the child itself, I think, as...
the single kid culture back at home, that's a huge impact in the way they behave actually. They don't have a person to adapt to in the house. They don't have to share their remote control with someone else. They don't
smart classroom and the intelligent campus does not only consist of the child alone. It consists of the principal, staff, management, and the parents. Then all, and the society on which the child is moving with. That 30 children are there, or 40 children are there. They also shaping it.
Yes. 6 o'clock, I think.
I have to say, because let us not think about the child. As a principal, I need to talk It will consist of all members getting a child, and it's all about the management also. Stakeholders is very important.
That's what Vijay says. If you take our solution, Samson also will be happy.
I just want to ask you something educated. One thing I noticed the last 10 years or not 10 years, around 2 years, knowledge is not a monopoly. It doesn't come from it. There's a lot of devices or gadgets or whatever they get from. I think that, for example, like ChatGPT, the OpenAI CEO, Management was statement that children research something very common in my course and get that question very short. It's something like, how do I love myself? How do I study myself to be like I ask? So it's like a mom and son or daughter question. That person has gone so close, the device is being ruling in. It's just a primitive stage. For example, I see my daughter, who is like doing homework, I can tell her, don't use, but she's like snapping it. Snapshot. I myself don't know how she's doing it. And after the coming, she's writing down. She's learning, but last month she's asking Gemini a question like, how long will it take for me to do the homework? The conversation was not that. That's very like, okay, looking at the way you've done all these things, it will take 45 minutes. You can see the conversation.
I have the same person. My daughter is also doing for the online classes. She took photo and take the answer for that. And she's doing that. This is also teaching the same interactive board, and they are also asking. If you miss some classes, automatically they will send you to for the link.
I'm not worried about the difference. So what I came to ask is, I'm not worried about the difference at all. I'm looking at very simple things. I think children are losing a sense of gratitude. They don't go ask help for anything. They have a serious attitude. They don't ask. They don't for gratitude. I don't see children asking thank you. They don't. What do you call it? I feel that very. As a teacher, first, when we do all our work for them, we don't expect anything from them. The concern comes to flying colors. Out of 51 will come and say thank you. The economic teacher will be coming and tax. We'll expect that.
Yeah, sense gratitude. No, you are doing your job kind of feeling.
I think technology has told them like, you're the boss. Like just change the crown. And there's no gratitude and nothing is, empathy has gone down. You don't see someone picking up something in the ground floor. Somebody falls. And they don't ask for help. Have you noticed that?
So, was very.
Every accident spot, they only take videos.
Nobody is calling.
Nobody runs
or anything.
Nobody asks for help. For example, you wanted something in those days, you go ask the teacher, ma'am, can you help me? Nobody uses those questions today. Have you noticed? Yes. Nobody asks for help. We have to go and tell them also they're taking it.
See, I just want to add on to the opening statement now. How do you tell children to love themselves first, no? So this was from my dad. He said the first act of self-love is forgiving yourself. So only if you forgive yourself, you learn to love. So it's not about doing something and say that, okay, it's all right for you to do. So it's like, see, genuinely getting concerned about what you did and forgiving yourself so that you can make a change. So which means that the aspect of guilt or whatever does not stick onto you, right? So that's...
Children are asking these questions to ChatGPT for a moment.
Should we? I mean, so we see that's exactly what we started off on, right? So these smart boards, smart classrooms, are not so smart teachers.
How?
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhere, parents.
They go to help to ChatGPT, not to you. You are sitting in front of them.
Exactly.
It's better than you.
Yeah.
It can solve all my problems.
No, it is because of the fear of being judged, they don't do.
I don't know. I did not empathy that much. I did not
Yeah, it's definitely.
it's quite scary. I can see that in my own children. I mean, they're good, but somehow.
Will it also help? I'm just wondering, will it also help for us as parents to open up to our children and say, you know what, I made these mistakes and I learned from them. To not.
But something we are missing what was back in the old days. Being a female, I'm a working teacher. There was the mother at home when the child went back from school to throw the bag, to throw the tantrums. My teacher asked me this question, my friend was so nice to me. But when the mother is not there, I am worried about my child
the one who's going back from 4 to 6:30. I talked to my parents. Are you sure, like, what your son or daughter is doing from 4 to 6:30? Because the problems that I face is when another parent is bringing up something, the timing when I see it's between 4 to 6:30. I find that everything. Some message is being passed on, and everybody with the phone for the tuition or online class. They do that just to check whether the child has come back home. But what we really, the child says, yes, I'm back home. Within that 1.5 hour or 2 hours, everything is coming. So much of problem is coming.
All the working mothers.
Yes,
I don't blame
yeah, I am a female, I know. But the mother is not there.
Yeah.
So those days, like, one was earning, the amount was brought in, and the life was peaceful and peaceful. Now everybody wants to know. So the child also takes its own turn doing what he wants. So when he is not having a human connect there, then he really wants, maybe he is going into that. Yeah.
And moreover, now when the time there were many children at home. One was doing mistake, other one knows. But now only one child.
And then they become buddies.
And knowing
It's
that
okay.
your child is doing, you are
Somebody to
unable
give the
to tell.
feedback. I'll tell mom.
After knowing that your daughter is doing, you are not able to tell. Because what my child will do is a fear you have. But olden days, 3 are there, one gone, nothing happened. But today, every parent is
Are we generating a particular document out of this discussion? That would be really interesting.
Going back and the A will give us a summary. What all we
I hope AI has been able to capture it all. I think that we can assign these tasks to AI. We'll use it, ma'am. We'll use productivity, ordinary works and everything, so that you can focus on some other things.
I think it from the technology side and as a parent also, it was a wonderful thing for I think all of us. Thank you. Would like to thank everyone for being a part of this. I think almost 2 hours. We are right on time, ma'am.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, everyone.
Be there, go, but human touch and other things, that's what I think only
Core takeaway.
Sometimes over for that. I don't want to share the technology and normally. Social emotional learning. I posted the issues with this one. One thing
AEL should be, there should be considerable content and focus on self. Self is okay. There are a lot of people to do that.
Yeah, but SEL
is,
And I think social emotional
There's nothing very
for
relevant.
teachers is also important, because teachers are harassed, very, very harassed.
And
So,
day by day the team meeting.
no, sir,
They can
teachers
easily
are
see
harassed
that
by
I
the
have
students,
no
by the
respect
parents.
anymore.
So there is a lot of.
And the student does not respect the management also, most managements they keep them as just parents. Especially parents. And parents are,
WhatsApp degrees, PhDs on teaching.
So when we have a PTA meeting, parents used to appear and come for the meeting. Nowadays, teachers and managers.
That's why I said teachers are very harassed.
Very harassed.
From every
They need emotional.
receiving end,
They need that.
For the teachers.
Teachers cannot
The teachers will also be probably interacting with certificate. How should I cope up? The pressure that I feel.
No, probably it is giving some wrong answers. It messes up more.
Thank you all. Thank you for being with us for almost last 2 hours. And it was very nice and insightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.